Hello again, everybody. So today's plan with me is thanks to, I'm going to say your name, Laura, because I could not decide what I wanted to plan. And so, which I do quite often, I just sent her a random text that gave her choices. Hold on, let me move this. Alright. Random choices. Today's were pink or purple. And she chose purple. I appreciate her for just going along with it, not saying, well, what is it for? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. If you know me and I ask you a question, don't ask me what for. Just go ahead and go with it. So we ended up with Sticker Monster Night Blooms, which I believe was sent to me by the person who chose purple. And the last couple I've done have been kind of creative. So I just wanted to do something, relatively not having to think a lot of. I don't know what you call it. Not easy. Easy is not what I mean, but something that just wasn't going to take quite as much mind power. Where's the rest of those? Oh my gosh. Oh, they're there. Alright, I'll probably put those on last because you don't need to see those really. And the window's open because it's been raining and it's very hot up here in the top of the house. So you are now hearing my neighbor going somewhere. I don't know where they're going. Oh, goodbye, neighbor. They're actually 2 houses over. They have a very loud truck. And you'll probably hear birds. There's lots of birds singing tonight. Probably like me, they're like, yes, it rained! I'm with you, birds, I'm with you. So, I'm just gonna share some... Sticker Monster's good. I'm not gonna be able to pull these up. I'm just gonna have to make it happen. Some not happy thoughts. I have some not happy thoughts today. Not about the world, not about politics, just about my personal crap. So as you know, and this is not a pity ploy. I'm sure there's someone who will go, she was just saying that because, no, she wasn't just saying that because. I'm just trying to keep it real because you know what? We need more real people in the world, and people are afraid to be themselves, and they're afraid to share when they're not feeling up to snuff and all that, and I'm not okay with that. Alright, so I'm just going to share with you. It could just be I had a kind of like a very big stomach about starting my own business. I know exactly why I want to. I still want to. But technology things mostly are getting in my way and just kind of making things a little difficult for me. And so the shop has not been started, and my mother is getting tired of buying me cheese on her dime. My bills are going unpaid. It's a mess, and I'm not saying that because please send your money too. That's not what I'm doing at all. I just, how sometimes you kind of just... I had a thought in there, sorry. 1, 2, 3, how many are there? And are they all the same size? Because that's always important as well. Did I say Sticker Monster? I think I did. It's Sticker Monster, y'all. No, these are not all the same, so I do have extra big boxes there. Those are nice. I'll forget about those if I don't leave them right in front of me. So I'm going to leave them right in front of me. These, I think. Are you all the same? Please be all the same, because I need you to be all the same. Close enough. Alright. Why am I starting on Thursday? I don't know. We're just going to go with it. I've just had a very frustrating couple weeks. Technology is not my friend right now. It is just not being my friend. And because of it, I do not yet have an income, and I spend a lot of time really frustrated. And I'm not saying I should never have quit my job to start this. This is exactly what I should be doing. I know I'm on the right path. I'm just so frustrated when I feel like everything I try fails. And I know, trust the process. I do. Generally speaking, I do trust the process. But I'm not going to lie. Lately, I've been feeling like, why is the process screwing me? And it's not. It's just a bunch of technical stuff. And I know I can overcome this. I've overcome so much more in my life than just this mere things not going well right away. But I don't know why I thought 2 months I would have it up. Probably because I had a plan. You know what I mean? And it's the right plan, but technology is getting in the way, and my depression gets in the way. But, I mean, it's not as bad as when I worked a full-time job. And I know that the vaccine reaction I'm having is probably part of it. It was 3 weeks ago. It is today. I'm just exhausted. But things just aren't going the way I want, or the way I planned, or whatever. It's very frustrating because I'm so excited, you guys, about what I've got coming, and I just want to share it with everybody, and it's just not quite doing it, you know? It's very frustrating. So I think, because there's only one with words, I'm going to make it my middle box at the top. I'm going to put the full boxes at the top this time because there's such a beautiful washi down there. So I'm frustrated. I know we all know what that's like, right? You have a really great idea. You're like, yes, I'm ready. This is going to be great. And you've got momentum, and then more than one thing goes wrong at the same time, and you kind of go, I'm screwed. What am I going to do? I don't panic a lot. I get more depressed. I would probably be better off if I panicked. Honestly, maybe. But that's not what happens. So, it's just been a hard road, and I have all these great ideas, and I just technically am not able to make them all come to life right now. And it's a huge learning experience. It absolutely is. Every time I get too far down, I just stop talking to people. But right before that, people generally give me really good advice. Like, I'll say, absolutely everything was horrible today, nothing worked. And there are a couple of people in my life who'll be like, well, a lot was learned today then. But it always feels like I have to start over, and that's very frustrating. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels that way. Please don't think I'm here whining and going, my poor life. No, that's not what's going on here. But I just, when you really want things to work and they're not doing it, and you can't just will them into being, you have to actually troubleshoot and make them happen. Yeah, that's where I am. I'm at the troubleshoot, make it happen. Oh, are those cut too? I thought that was a whole one, but it would make no sense for there to be anything but headers on there because they're all headers. That's alright. I'm smart. What did I do with that one? Oh, I put it down. Wow. Shelley's having some issues today. So anyway, it's just been rough. It's been a rough couple weeks, and I make that mistake of looking at other people and figuring, well, their stuff's all working, so they must, they must be just fine, and they must not have these problems, and, oh, well, she's got her husband to help her, to financially support her while she gets hers started, and I've never had that, and I never will, and blah, 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 blah. But I also know myself, and if I give up now, and to me, giving up honestly means going back and getting a full-time job in the outside world, I will never come back to this. I will never. Oh, I didn't want that one there. I wanted it there. Because now it's very flower heavy on one side, not the other. Do you think it'll let me take it off? No? I don't either, but let's see. We'll pray to the gods. The sticker gods. Please, dear sticker gods, allow me to remove this so that I may give you a better offering. Thank you. Yeah, baby. Love it when a plan comes together. That plan totally didn't come together. You guys know that. I was just winging that. I just suddenly went, oh, that's a lot of flowers, and this side is not. Does it matter? No. But you know what? You have to like it. The only person that has to like it is you. And I did not like that. No. Oh, man. You know, the gods could have very well not have given me this save right here when I pulled that up, because that was me abusing their gifts. That makes me feel better. Okay. That's all it is, guys. It's not even really what looks better, it's just what feels better to me. And that feels better. Alright. Got some half boxes. Oh, those are lovely. That's enough for my sidebar. That makes me happy. Sometimes there aren't enough habit trackers for me, because I tend to make myself track a lot of things, because otherwise I just forget about them, and I'm like, I'm not taking very good care of myself. And it's all my own fault. So actually, since we're seeing these, I'm not gonna keep things in order today, guys. The only thing organized is the fact that this beautiful, hope that's in the middle, beautiful kit from Sticker Monster Co. Hello, focus. Okay, great. And now you're not focusing either. Okay, well, let's just pretend it's mood lighting. You know that lighting they use on actors and actresses to make them look, diffuse? Yeah, diffuse lighting, that's what it's called. We'll just pretend it's that. It works for me. It works for you. We're fine. So anyway, I use lots of those because I want to make sure that I am, keeping track of things, because I do not have, let's be honest, Alzheimer's runs in my family big time. I'm not really worried about those at this point, but I do know that I just naturally forget things. And that's not straight, and I'm not going to look. Here's the thing about sidebars. This is the only thing that bugs me, is if this was just a blank, long box, I would not notice how off it was, and then I wouldn't criticize myself about it. It's good. You're supposed to be able to help. That's helpful, right? To line those up? Yes, but not for me, for some reason. It's just one of those things. So anyway, things are not going great, and I would have to say that the relationships in my house are not really going great either. And it's an issue, and it's always been an issue. It's not new, you guys. I'm not saying that. It's been like this my entire life. But, once you grow up, you're like, things have, for me, have changed. Why have things not changed, in general here? Because you changed and other people didn't, and that's not your responsibility to make them, but you do have to find a way to live with it. So, on top of all else, I made that joke about my mom not wanting to supply me with cheese anymore, but it's true. I don't like living with my mom and eating her food, especially since she can't taste anything. She hasn't been able to since she had chemo a couple years ago. And wow, those are really off. I don't know if the sticker guys will forgive me on this one. Let's see. We're not still counting. Don't use your fingers, by the way. You don't use your nails, because my nails are gone. But, you just have to find a way to live with it, and I'm trying. That makes it even worse. I'm trying. So, but at the same time, you're a grown woman. You've run your own household. You used to make pretty good money. You moved back home for a reason. It was an important reason, not for you, but for other people, and it was okay to do that. And now you've made an important decision about your work and what you want to do, and now you have to make it happen, but you didn't really have any savings for it. But you know what I saved? My mental health, y'all. I saved my mental health by leaving when I did. And probably lots of people won't understand that. Probably all the people I worked with won't understand that, but it was that point. Yeah, it had gotten to that point. Yes, I did just use that to cover up the hole in the piece of paper, because, let me explain. I used to make these necklaces, and they're about that big. They're that big, and I would just punch out pretty things and put them inside. And I never sold any of them. I only half-assed tried, honestly. I just wanted people to come to me, please take care of this, and it didn't work out. which is not how I'm running this business before you go, hey, I think I figured out what your problem is. No. So anyway, things are not as good as they could be. They are better than they've been in some ways. I am so much better off the way I am in a lot of ways. But I also am just kind of, just kind of maybe having some issues with some stuff. And that's going to happen because life is not a sedentary animal. It moves and it changes. And so, just gotta keep moving and changing with it. But sometimes the change is not easy. Alright, I should be telling you what I'm doing. Okay. I'm gonna put lists here and here. I don't know what I'm gonna do there. Just being honest. And then I'm gonna put some half boxes. I really like that to do. It's very pretty. See? Oh, it's starting to thunder again. So you're probably going to hear a thunderstorm. I'll try to hurry though, so it doesn't make things worse. I don't know what I want to make a list of. So I'll just leave that on. That will do just for fun. We'll actually use the weekend sticker. I usually make myself work most weekends, but I do like the stickers. They're very pretty. I'll put it down here. Yeah, that's pretty. So anyway, things aren't going, and I mean, just being honest about the mental health, y'all. Sometimes things are easy and others, we all know that. So it's been kind of my mental health has been kind of a crapshoot lately. But I'm still trucking. I'm still trucking, y'all. And that's really all you can force yourself to do, is to just keep moving. People love you. They don't want you dead. I thought I was hearing thunder, but I think it's somebody's bass on their car turned up really, really loud. Oh, that's funny. The first one was thunder, but this one, that's somebody pimping their way through my middle class neighborhood. Yeah, that's what I said. I said pimping their way through. It just amazes me. People love to barrel down our street. It's ridiculous. But they do it, and I'm like, oh yes, you giant studs, revving those engines of those little, cheap Toyotas, and I guess not all of them are cheap, but compared to, it's not like they're driving Beamers down my street and racing them. No, it's like Hondas and not big boy cars. Let's just call them not big boy cars. I'm not sure I'm happy with that because I wasn't paying attention. But I can cut one of these down, it'll be okay. I like this kind of, I just realized I wasn't holding that here. I like this kind of brocade thing I got going on here. So if I cut a little bit off of that, it should be okay. And if it's not, what are we going to do? We're just going to keep going. It will not be straight, but that's okay. We're already at peace with that. So, it'll be fine. I'll do the same thing on this one. It's all going to be fine, you guys. Oh, I think if this one's big enough, I can just cut it in half. As if a straight line in half is a thing for me. Oh, you guys are right. I was going to put it to do another one there, so I don't have to cover that one. I can just find another. It's fine. It's fine. I wasn't planning for a while, which, I mean, I guess it's a good thing that I planned so far ahead, because then I could just flip the page and be done, because I have not been in a space where I was wanting to do anything. It was pretty bad this round. But it's going to be fine. Please get off. I don't usually use these, but I'm going to. So I guess what I'm really saying is you can have crap days. You just gotta live through them. It would be nice if we could all be happy all the time, but you can't be. You just can't be. So just do the best you can. And some people, it's very easy for some people to just, rebound. It's not very easy for me, or a lot of people I know. So I'm going to use this one, but I'm going to take the to-do off it later and turn it into something else. Whatever it is I'm going to do. Probably be my reading list, because it almost always is. So just keep trying, I mean, I'm back, and I had some time last week where I just wanted to stay in bed. Literally and once I got up, I just wanted to go back, and I just wanted to put covers over my head. Didn't want to read, didn't want to watch anything, didn't want to do anything, didn't want to eat, just wanted to disappear. That's the thing about wanting to disappear, it never happens. You never actually disappear. I'm sure in some alternate universe, I'm a happy-go-lucky person all the time, and I don't have clinical depression, but we do what we can, right? And part of working on that is trying to do things that make you happy. And it makes me happy. So we're going to try this. So I'm not going to talk about that anymore. It's been a bad couple weeks, and people have bad couples of weeks. All of us do. I know all of you do. I'm probably preaching to the converted, if you know that saying. If you don't, I sounded like a total freak, but trust me, it's a saying. Preaching to the choir. Okay. I'm trying to decide what I'm doing here, because y'all know how I am. I really like headers, but I don't like to use them for headers. I just like to use them for pretty. So we are using them for pretty. Sounds like I just made a new Broadway song. I'm very proud of myself. These are in the bottom. I have dark choices. I love that teal. But you can't see it really as well in the background. I'm going to use it anyway because, you know what? I like teal. Anybody got a problem with that? I didn't think so. I have to trash talk myself once in a while. Just to make me feel like I'm alive. Which is bizarre. I know, I'm such a weirdo, aren't I? Happens, y'all. I want to blame it on getting old, but it's not that at all. I've always been, what is the word? Someone used a word, quirky. I believe it was quirky, and I was like, I'm quirky? Great. I'm okay with quirky. I will never be boring. That's what I just tell people when they're like, oh my god, you blah blah. I'm like, not boring. I'm not boring. I'm like, well, no, you're not boring. Thank you. That's all that matters. And the thing is, I have so many interests, but good old depression gets in the way of that. And yes, I'm medicated. Every time I mention my depression, someone wants to tell me things I should be doing, and maybe I need meds. Girl, I've been on meds for decades. That's what I said. Decades. And I'm glad. I'm very glad. Because I needed them. There was a point in my life where I was not getting out of bed, and I had a small child, so that was a horrible thing. You can't really do that and raise kids at the same time. You have to, at some point, get out of bed unless you have someone else who can take care of those kids. And I did not. So I had to get my butt out of bed. And what I used to do is we used to live pretty close to my daughter's school, and I would get up and I would take her to school, and I would come back and I would get right back in bed. And I would stay there until it was time to pick her up. And if she ever called and wanted to go to a friend's house, I was all over it, because then I could just stay in bed. We were renting a room from this very nice lesbian, still one of my favorite people. I haven't talked to her in years, but she's still my favorite person. And I was just way too depressed. I could not cope. Just could not cope. Which is not pretty, and which doesn't make you feel good. Let me define the gods again. The little pieces come up easier. But yes, I know I'm taking my sticker life into my hands by expecting that my offering to the gods was enough. Oh, those humans. Sure, gods are like, they got some balls on them. Look at that. Give them an inch, they take a yard, and then they destroy the entire planet. Oh, wait, we're not talking about that right now. Anyway. Yeah, so I was one of those people that just was not functioning at all. And, I needed to start functioning. And I have gone through, I forgot I was using teal ones, and I put dark ones over there. That's okay, we'll just flip them. It's okay, look what we're going to do. Look what we are going to do. Dark teal, dark. Teal, dark teal. Something different in there. I have to ask myself if I care a lot, and I don't right now. To be honest, I just want to do this, and because honestly, planning is a step to mental health for me. Planning is the thing that I can do when I'm too depressed to do anything. It's a thing. We're gonna just let you have it. Give it to the gods. It's the thing I can do when I can't do anything else. I don't know if that makes sense to any of you, but that's how I feel about it. I could put another list there. Although I should have started over here if I was going to do that. I really have no plan for this, y'all. This is me in fine form. So anyway, I just was telling you about my mental health to know, so that you'll know that you are not alone, and there are quite a few people in the world who are with you, and having the same exact problems you are. I mean, not exact. We all have a little bit different problems, right? But you know what I mean. Life's hard. And I'm always jealous of the people who, come across as having no problems and being happy all the damn time. I don't understand them. They're like strange animals to me. Like a different species. I know we have something in common, but I just gotta figure out what it is. So, these pretty gray blue ones, they're the colors of my eyes. Which tells you I at least have some self-awareness left. Thank you, gods. Yes, I'm going to keep thanking the sticker gods. Can't stop me. Okay, those are nice. This is a nice kit, Sticker Monster Co. I always need to say people by their first names, and then I totally forget their first names, because all they're in me is, that wonderful shop that sends me stuff. So once I learn their names, I'm like, I don't know. So, I guess that's all I want you guys to know, is that you're not alone. We're not alone. Lots of people have. And it's not even, everyone's like, well, with COVID, we're all, well, no. It's still not the same thing. We all have some kind of depression, yes, but it's not the same. It's just not the same. And if you are depressed, you know that. And if you are not depressed, and sometimes things are just hard for you, It's not the same thing. We love you, but you don't get it. So here's the advice I'm going to give you for dealing with depressed people if you are not a depressed people. Because I think depressed people know what to do for each other. And even when I'm really depressed, I can still reach out to other people and encourage other people. But I just can't take care of me. So, this lighting. Let me see if I've got a brighter light that makes this color look good. No, all pretty much the same. Okay. So anyway, when you're dealing with your depressed friends, just be there. Just, if they don't want to talk, that's fine. Just leave them space to know that they can come back for you if they need you. And you keep an eye on them, and if they need you and aren't saying so, then you just remind them how much they're loved. It seems simple. It probably is really simple. But it just, sometimes that's all it takes, is just to let people know that they're cared about. And don't expect responses, by the way, from depressed people. Depressed people may give you like a half-ass response, or they may give you a fake response. Just don't keep your expectations low, because there are different levels of functioning when you're a depressed human, and you can't always do what you want us to do, no matter how much we want to. Alright, what else we got going on here? I don't mind small kits, but I always find that I'm like, shit, I'm out of stuff. What am I going to do now? But what we're going to do on this one is that when I run out of stuff, I'm going to pause it and go find some more stuff and not run this on for an obscenely long time. The girl, she's so rude. She just kept us sitting here waiting for her to figure her shit out. Nope. Oh, those are the same color. These are almost the same color. I don't care. I don't care. I do care. You know I care, but I'm not going to care about that right now. I used a blush. Oh, you know what? I should cut this off and put it on right now so that I don't forget. Oh, she gets cut out. She's the one that cuts them for me. I think she's a she. And I don't mean that in a pronoun way. I think that she's a she. So I'll put her down here so that I will remember to give her credit. Okay, here's why I bought Sticker Monster the first time. The first time I bought her because of this little monster. Laura had showed it to me, and I was like, I love that. And then you get in there, it's not all monsters. I wanted it to be. But I bought all her monsters the first time I ordered from her. I'm just like, they're really cute. I still have them. I haven't even used most of them, but I felt a calling to them. That bothers me. It's okay. So, I think this will make me happier if I put a dark color over here to balance. Please, lords, thank you. Thank you, ladies. Yes, it's true. I don't really gender choose my gods. I don't care. And although this will be unpopular, I don't care what gender you are. I don't care what gender you consider yourself, because that's not what is important to me about people. You can call yourself whatever you want. You can feel however you want about it, but know that I just like you. I think in our middle box, we will make a list. I've got all the boxes on the same side. I mean, all the light colors, dark colors. Not what I was going to. That's why I mixed those up. This is how your brain goes. Excuse me. I just ate a little cutie tangerine, and it's not happy with me. Alright, so I'm going to make a TV watching one. And yes, it's true, I make more lists when I don't have more stickers. I didn't know that about myself until really right this minute. Straight up, yeah. Straight up. The crap is so clean. Looks like the big truck neighbors are home again. The truck is so big. And it always creeps me out because he turns off his lights before he turns in his driveway, so it's all dark and I just hear him and I'm like, what the hell? I think I'm just going to put the little TV in the middle, to be honest. But I'm not going to have TV words. I mean, I made a watching one, but I'm probably not going to use it on this. So, just cut him off as close as we can and be happy with him and just stick him in the middle. Well, maybe not crooked in the middle, guys. Come on. Yeah, there he is. He just has backup lights on. I don't know why sound carries so well in this neighborhood, but it does. I heard some people fighting down the street once. I almost called the cops. I probably should have, in retrospect, but somebody else did. Just as I was about to go, that's it, I'm calling the cops. Not because I'm irritated that people talk. That's not what's going on. I worry about people, and it didn't sound safe. But somebody else did. And these guys, I'm not talking about these guys. This is not them. These guys have just moved in recently. And yes, I don't know what I'm doing with those full boxes, so I am putting these on now. Sometimes your brain just needs time to rest. I do really like how these are all gorgeous enough that they set off the big bunch at the bottom. It balances it out. I like that. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm like, I'll just leave the letters there and put numbers on them, but these are really pretty. This is a good choice. The pink one's really pretty too. It's got like cherry blossom things on it. I had to pick one. Who am I kidding? Someone else had to pick one for me. Yeah, sometimes you have days like that too. So if you think you might be depressed, there is a list. I don't know where. But there is Coalition for Depression. I don't know what it's called because I never looked at it. I just went to the doctor and went, listen, I'm having trouble getting out of bed. She went, oh yeah? Let's look at this list. Lo and behold, boys and girls, I checked every damn box. I have gone up and down on my med amounts. I mean, things aren't, it's like not statically bad. So I just don't ever let anyone make you feel like a failure if you need the meds, because that's what they're there for. They're there to help you get through this thing called life. I miss Prince. Don't you miss Prince? Now that I'm doing Purple and quoting a song, I really miss him. I didn't know him. I never saw him. I was probably never going to see him, but Purple Rain was a really big influence on my upbringing. Alright, top 3. I don't feel like I do need to fill everything in, but I notice I'm still trying to do it. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize I have a little forward that I could use that, but that's okay. I like those spaced out the way they are. So we're going to play with headers. We're going to play with headers. Headers are paid. I just have 2 videos insets. So just so you guys know, when I start making these, I'm going to make all the headers all the same size. I'm not sure what planner needs some little skinny ones and stuff, but I always want my stuff to match up. You know what I mean? So don't expect them. And if you have a reason why you like them that way, please tell me. I would love to know. Just, to know. Because that's not a natural... Whoa, what was that? What was that? The problem with your nails too short is you're not going to hurt them, but you also can't grab things with them. I'm down to the nubs, and it's kind of a crapshoot when I put down stickers lately, because I'm like, well, let's see what happens. Alright. That's nice, so we're going to put it over here. Because we know how Shelly likes to be balanced. Do we have 2 more? No! Didn't we already have this discussion? Yes! Yes! Those are the same color and they're beautiful, but I don't know that oh, you guys, what's wrong with me? So many things. I really want to use those again. I really like the flowers. I need to have a box to put in there. Do I need to have a box to put in there? No. All I need is to know approximately how far up they go. It's pretty good. I better cut this. Yeah, I like that little light teal rosy gray color of my eyes. Rose. It's going to be way too big because I'm not cutting it straight. People are just like, just get a paper cutter. Dude, even with a paper cutter, unless it was one of those big old school, elementary school ones. We had one of those at one of my jobs once. Oh, I love that thing. Even with that, I can still manage to not cut it straight somehow. I like to think of it as a talent. Oh, you know what? Look at that, guys. We got that one right on. Right on, right on. These two boxes, y'all. What are we going to do with those? I could cut my little thing off and make a little box for each of them. Cut them in half. No, those scissors are too little. I have this new thing where I'm going to clean a part of my room, and every door I open, something has to be given away out of it, right? So I was doing that the other day. You would not believe the shit I have so many markers and pens. It's an amazing, scary thing. Alright, we're going to try to center this. That'll do, pig, that'll do. Alright. You know what we're going to call that, guys? For right now, we're going to call that done. Done. Yeah. So I don't have a lot of other stuff I was planning on that, and I'm sure once I use it, when I eventually go to use it, oh my god, hold on. My vaccine, it hurts like a sunburn, but it also itches like a sunburn. And I'm trying not to rub on it, but oh my god, it's just for that instant, just like with sunburn, for that instant, it doesn't hurt. And then it starts hurting again anyway. But just for an instant, right in the middle of your rub. See, here's another one of her little monsters. I love these monsters. And if you're a man, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm making assumptions out of the fact that I have no male followers in the planner world. Which really still doesn't mean anything, because I don't have female planners in the planner world either. I don't even like the word hump day, but I really like him. And he does match the flowers. You're not going to use him. Put him back. I'll use him next time. And why do I assume that he's a him? I don't know. Don't even go there. Alright. Those I will use. Those are very handy. Every time I open kits from someone else, I'm like, oh, that's very handy. I'm going to use that when I make stickers. And then I make stickers and I'm like, somebody else has done that really well. I'll just buy them from them. Alright, I'm going to put that in my work planner. So I'm going to go put them aside so I can put them in my work planner. Big cup of coffee. Yeah, we all need that. I like how as a planner it says community, not society, community. We are all in love with coffee cups and coffee. I also love tea, but I do have 1 cup of coffee every day. I know people have coffee all day long, and I'm like, I would be exhausted just there. Ooh, I made 2 of these little ones on each of those. Thank you, gods. I can not put all the colors together. Ugh. Having nails all down to the nub is a bad idea. I should not have cut them that far, even if some of them were broken that far. Just saying, man. This one should go here, and we're just gonna center it because I need some sense of order in my life. And I don't always have that, so it's my own fault. I mean, I love beautiful things. I like to have them. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and judge this planner kit as I'm going here. This is a good planner kit, y'all. You should have some. Most of the stickers I have from her are just characters, and so I never think about, how good quality it is or how is the stickiness, because I always pull stuff up so many times that I'm not going to blame the maker for that. Because if I, wow, you guys, that ended up alright for not knowing what I wanted to do with it. I could fill in stuff here later. A hydrate maybe, and something else. And make that a reading list. Does she have a book? Do you have a book? No, wait, that will last the coffee. Okay, I'll just find out a picture of a book to put up there too. And then let's do a to-do list. Alright. Oh, need a box for there. I don't need one. You know what I mean. So I'll find a box for there. I'm sure I've got leftovers from somewhere else that'll be perfect there. Yay, we did it, you guys. In less than an hour. You can't see me doing my dance, so I'm kind of doing it with my hand. Alright. I just heard half of you in a nut job. Yes, I know. So this is what we ended up with today on Purple Day. Laura's Purple Kit. We're just going to call this Laura's Day because Laura just made my decisions for me, really. And everything's pretty much even. Sometimes even really matters to me, and it does today. Really just today, although now that I've put these on, I wish I'd put these in the middle. The full body in the middle. I don't know why, but it doesn't matter. It's beautiful, and I will get great use out of it, and I just itched my eye, and there's something in my eye now. Oh my gosh. This is how my vaccine recovery is going, boys and girls, ladies and gents. Okay, so that's beautiful. That's just lovely, and I really wish that it was showing you the colors better, because it's not. And why is it stuck focusing? Are you mad at me? You're mad at me. It's like just light uneven. Okay. I was just trying to show them that you're not showing them the colors well. These have this like the glittery color, but they also are sage. This one looks sage, but it's actually darker. So anyway. Yeah, that's pretty. I think for me, and I'll try it in my own kit, I'm not really telling someone else that I don't like their stuff. I would make every other one of these a different thing. Like have two things so they were separated. Like I'd, make this one go over here and have the opposite maybe. You know what I mean? I'd have this here, and this here, so they were kind of facing each other. I don't know why. It's just how it's going. And this side ended up really good. It's very pretty. And I used that little extra washi bit to make boxes, which makes me happy too. Yeah, this ended up good, you guys. This ended up really good. I'm very happy. So anyway, today's moral is things are going to go wrong, but you can overcome them. You just sometimes have to regroup and just be really good to yourselves, because we're the only selves we've got. And as I've been informed, if we suddenly weren't there, people would care. So I'm glad you're there. I'm glad you're there. So stay there. Just hang on. Just hang on and think of it this way. Sometimes when it's really bad, I like to think of it this way, which I originally read in some book. Earth could be hell, which means after this, it's all gonna be cake. It's all gonna be cake. That is also why you should always eat cake while you're on Earth, just to give you a little reminder of how heaven's gonna be. Alright, y'all. I love you. I know that's weird, isn't it? I just started saying that, but I actually love humanity a lot today. I don't know why. I have no idea why. I don't know. But take care of yourselves. Take care of other people. And if you're me, if you're like me, just keep moving and try to keep your shit together. I'll see you next time.